Three, two, one, go. This is some Diablo 4 content for you. I have been enjoying this game. It's fun. This season, the Loot Reborn season, is has been fun for me. This is the first character that I've ever had at level 100 in Diablo 4. This is a druid. We homebrewed, cooked a pure landslide Werebear build using Insatiable Fury and this Earth skills or Werebear skills. It's not very good. I just struggled my way through a pit 40, and I think that's where the builds. I mean, I could keep going. It would just be very slow. But yeah, I think I cooked a little too hard, and I'm going to try to pivot to something else. We're using a bunch of uniques just because I've literally never used like almost any uniques in this game. Most times I burn out at like level 70. But this season I think I'm going to play long enough to get something out of it. And yeah, I mean, this has been, it's a land, trample slide is the usual way to play landslide, but with this ring, with the Earthbreaker ring, which was introduced this season, figured we'd give it a shot and have a little fun. But yeah, I am gonna pivot into something else because it hit a ceiling. It hit a bit of a ceiling, and it's not fast. I mean, sometimes you see these sorceresses and lightning storm druids, or these especially the rogues and stuff. Of course, they're just zooming through stuff, and I want that. I feel like I don't want to have to roll movement speed on every piece of gear in order to get that. So and then there are a whole lot of weird things about this game that I'm noticing as someone who plays mostly like Path of Exile. I played some of this Torchlight Infinite stuff, and they're already in this game, they're already having that interesting Diablo 3 problem where you have to be able to kill the boss at the end of the pit. If you want to reach higher pits, you have to have the damage. There is damage is a huge problem. And the way that you take damage too, it's like you need damage reduction, which is the same thing as it happened in Diablo 3. There's so much about Diablo 3 that's now manifesting itself into Diablo 4. That is the bosses being a hit point sponge at a certain point and being the limitation. And then, of course, the damage reduction jank that you have to arrange to make sure that you always survive. But it's not a bad thing. I mean, Diablo 3 was a fun game, especially the very sort of the end of its life of the later seasons. It's super fun. And so I think that's what they're trying to get out of this. They're like, all right, once you hit max level, you can keep grinding for better gear. It is fun. It is engaging because there is a pit system now. So what else can I even say about this game? It's been, I mean, I knew that Loot Reborn would be a better system for loot, and I knew that it would be an improvement, but it really has taken me by surprise with just how big of a jump it's been. Trying to make something off meta, using a build that is not listed anywhere on YouTube or Maxroll or no one is playing this exact variant. I'm completely just freaking around and going based on my own read. I literally am reading. What I'm doing is I'm going to the codex and I am reading powers, and I'm just being like, that looks interesting. Let's try it out. That looks interesting. Let's try it out. And I love that you have the ability to do that. I really do. I'm I'm also a little bit annoyed at how many hoops you have to jump through if you really want to pivot. If I wanted to switch this whole build into, let's say, like some werewolf storm build or something, or a basic attack skill build, it would be a process. Like, it would probably take me like 10 or 15 minutes. But I guess I don't think that's a bad thing. And you compare that to other games, it's about the same, pretty comparable if you want to switch your build. And I keep harping on I've been harping on Path of Exile a lot lately. And one of the things that's, been interesting about and rewarding about the experience of playing this game is that thus far, it has not been super apparent to me that I am falling behind the meta builds. And I know that I am. I know that there are meta druids playing Tornado that they have progressed all the way through the pit. Their gear is getting upgraded faster. They're getting better uniques than me and all that. But like something about the open world and the events and the Legion and the world bosses and all this stuff and being like a part of it, I just don't feel as punished for fucking around. And in Path of Exile, if you're playing in softcore, it is such a rat race. It's a currency grind, an economy grind, and the uniques that you want you're gonna get priced out unless you're playing a meta build. And it's weird because I would love to engage in a trading system in this game. It largely does not exist. All the websites and discords and things that I've looked at are like totally dead. No one's posting any gear, and it's hard to find stuff, and it's trash. If someone actually knows a good way to like, I want to find really, really well rolled this helm. I'm still using a 909 item power because the 925s I've found are trash. I want to find really good rolls in this helm. Where the hell do I go to find it? I literally cannot find. I can't find it. Every website I go to is trash. Tradery is garbage. Maxroll, Discord, garbage. They're all garbage. There's no way for me to. So hopefully that gets sorted out. And I don't know if they're going to do like a Last Epoch in-game gold trade system. I can't imagine that they're ever going to do an auction house type thing again, but who knows? So I guess I just wanted to share those quick thoughts. I'm really liking this game. I think I will continue to play it. Probably will re-roll into a barbarian maybe, or a sorceress. I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep playing the druid and try some new different builds. But man, it has been super rewarding. Right now, just with the Loot Reborn update, it has already bumped this game up to the very, very top of the ARPG competition. I think Path of Exile has stalled significantly, in my mind at least. My hope for this game is that I still have fun creating the off-meta builds and the interesting builds and doing things that no one else is doing, because that's the only way that I can stay engaged. It's like a creative outlet for me. Yeah, and I'm concerned that this game is going to become, eventually I'm going to hit that wall of like there's no build diversity. You're pigeonholed into certain things. You have to do certain things, and I'm sure that all is going to surface at some point. That's going to bubble up the further I get into it. But right now I'm in like that Goldilocks zone of like, I don't know everything about the game, but I know enough about the game to keep myself interested. And the path to level 100, the experience thing, I'm not going to keep harping on Path of Exile, but the Path of Exile version of it is absolute horseshit trash. Your skill points are extremely valuable, like overly valuable, and yet the process of getting 100 is so fucking stupid. As opposed to this game where your Paragon points really are not that important. Like you can be level 96 or level 100, and that player power difference is really not that significant at all. Like it's really not. And yet, the grind to getting 100 is much easier and much smoother and more straightforward. So I'm like, I just think the experience thing, one game is doing it really well, one game is not. But again, not to harp on PoE too much. So I guess that's kind of it. That's all I wanted to share. Hope you guys are enjoying Diablo 4, and I will probably make another video at some point that's more about a build that I'm playing. If there's a build I think is worth sharing. Right now, this is just like a quick rant update for you guys, but if there is a build that's worth sharing, I'll post a YouTube video about it. Right now, we're just gaming and fucking around. I don't recommend doing this setup. This is just an experimental thing for fun. Anyways, that's it. I hope you all are having a pleasant Sunday. Bye.